Game started.
Danny Potter. Okay, I think it's time for an English. See what the Englishman plays against the English. In UK. Yeah, so reverse Sicilian. Just the usual setup with knight c3, bishop g2, and getting the light squares. And I usually try to expand with e3 and d4 later. e3 provides a square for the knight on e2 and allows me to play, sometimes allows me to play at d4. Not here though, because you can just take it. Pawn takes, knight takes, and I can't take back because of the pin. So let's just castle. I might play queen e1 to unpin, but then I can't play, if I do that I still can't play d4 because the queen's no longer eyeing that square. So maybe instead I should play a3 and b4, harass the bishop that way. a3, b4, bishop to there. Okay, is that any good? The knight can hop into this square, so that's annoying. So I guess I have to play d3, somewhat reluctantly playing d3. Now let's expand here. I can drive the knight back. The knight has nowhere to go. Okay, b4, bishop b3, rather b6, b4, bishop b6, knight here, knight takes, bishop takes. Well, let's play b4 at least, that's a good move. Maybe I won't follow up with knight d5, maybe I'll play queen d2 instead and unpin my knight as I intended. Now I can play d4 if I want. I can play bishop b2, maybe that's a good idea. Yeah, definitely a good idea after that move to protect the rook in the corner, which was hanging. So, well, now I've won the A file, but I've lost a pawn. I see, that was the point. Still, you have to wonder if there's some tempo move. I mean, the knight is loose there. My knight could go here. It's not looking all that great. So maybe I chase the bishop first. Where's the bishop going? Back to that square. It goes to this diagonal, it hits the light squared pawn here, huh? And I can't play f3 and then e4 because of this bishop on this diagonal. So yeah, probably made a mistake somewhere along the way. Let's still chase that knight away from the d3 square. Bishop, I guess the bishop on e4 is hitting the pawn on g2, g7, b7. I could have just taken that pawn. Let's back up. Yeah, that pawn's just hanging here. I could have just taken a pawn there too. Oh well. So I'm expecting knight takes, bishop takes. And then he protects the pawn in some way. I'm going to win that pawn. Well, no, he goes knight. Knight takes, bishop takes, knight to c6. Defends the pawn. That's how to do it. So this loses a piece, right? Because this goes with tempo.
Check.
Oh no, it doesn't lose a piece. It doesn't lose a piece because my knight is hanging. And he gets this pawn. I can grab here. Should I chase the bishop away first? Should I worry about the queen hitting on f2? Queen and bishop hitting f2. This is interesting. The bishop doesn't have a lot of squares. So maybe I am winning a piece after all, but I was wrong before, so I might be wrong again this time. He's got counterattack, so let's just, yeah. So I should probably take. If I just retreat, he can retreat his bishop, so I'm no longer winning a piece. Could take here, but that opens up the f-file for him, so that would be a big mistake. So taking here, he can take back with the queen or the pawn, and then I can take his bishop. So that's probably the way to play it. And if he took back with the queen, this pawn would be hanging. Maybe he's going to threaten checkmate, however. Bishop here would be checkmate. Oh my. Okay, so pawn here, bishop takes. What do I do? Maybe queen back. Bishop there, queen here. No, queen there is still checkmate. There's two checkmates on g2 and h1. Here we go. Rook a4 would defend this square, defend the e4 square. So bishop e4, I can play rook takes. Queen here, check. King up. Then bishop e4, still. So queen here, check. King up. Bishop f1 is checkmate too. Well, it's not checkmate exactly, but it'd be pretty annoying. Let's get rid of that queen. Get rid of the threat. Yeah, I think that would have been winning. Queen here, check. King to g2, bishop f1, check. And my escape routes are blocked, so I have to come back, and then there's a discover check with the bishop, which would win at least a rook. Well, at least it would win the exchange, I guess. With opposite colored bishops and this much force on the board, it's very dangerous. Whoever is attacking has the advantage because they basically have an unopposed piece. In this case, the light squared bishop there, or in my case, the dark squared bishop, like here. That's checkmate.
Checkmate.
Okay. So anyway, watch out for those unopposed bishops when you're playing. I'm going to upload this and do a post-mortem. Nice to have a win, at least.